all is going back to the basics of improvising.
Yeah, which you've had your training in, and you've become a teacher of yourself.
So I'm indeed part of an improvisation, that's a difficult one.
Yeah.
Improvisation theater group
Exactly.
in Belgium, where we also do and create some acts together, and then try to build everything on this improv, because it's I think it's easier, especially for working with people. It's good to have this improv skills because you
people
never
are
know
hard
how
to
they
predict.
react.
Yeah.
So if you're too scripted in everything you want to do, it's difficult, because you say, now I have to say A, but the guest asks or already says A, then I can't reply with A, so I have to say B or C, so I have to invent myself.
Yeah.
And this is what I like in this improv thing. It's like, if you look on the internet, there's a few
do you have
TED sessions on improv.
Are there?
Yeah,
I've not seen them.
there's
myself
one.
yet.
It's David. I forgot his name. Just how to improvise, or the improvisation skills. Just find it on YouTube.
I will look it up, and I'll put it also in the links down below.
Which actually explains the 7 steps of improv, and I think the most important one, or 2 actually, which you can take everywhere in life, is say yes to as much as. Okay, you can't say yes to everything in real life, but still, if something is brought to you, if something's been offered to you, take the opportunity and
see where it brings you.
And let it lead you to nicer things. And the other one, which is such an important one, we all forget, is play. As being entertained, especially in this life of an entertainment. Yeah. In this entertainer's life. Don't forget to play, because once you're like 10 years old, 11 years old, you forget. But if you give a kid, if you give him even a stick, it can be a gun, it can be a telescope, it can be anything. If you give it to an adult, it's just a stick.
It's a stick, maybe a pointing device.
Yeah, or something to hit in some strange families. But in general, they would say it's just a stick. And this is so sad, because you forget to play, and it opens so much for you if you just live and learn to play.
How do you think it... what do you think is a good way to implement this in your life? Let's say you kind of want to get into being more playful or exploring this part of your brain. How would you, what advice would you give to someone in order to help them rediscover this part of themselves?
Follow a session with me. No, I think it is. Try to follow a workshop in improv, because it's really hard to say this is how you have to do it, because it's like a process. It's like driving cars. You can explain, so you have to put with your right foot, you have to put the gas, you have to accelerate, but then you have to, don't forget to change gears and brake,
to follow the traffic rules,
and follow the rules of the traffic, and then you have to change second gear, first gear.
You need a maintenance.
It's really difficult. It's like to make it an automatism again, and to go back to thinking and actually not think, to feel what happens. I think this is a really important one. Feel the situation and don't analyze the situation too much. And then just say, oh, okay, yes, because everybody knows how to do it. It's quite easy. You can just have an object, and then you just have to associate. Yeah. And when we do that in workshops, because this is one of the first steps, is making associations, they'll say, oh, but it's hard. I don't have something in my mind. You do. It's impossible. If I tell you glass, just say the first thing you think about, and don't put a break on your mind and to say, oh no, I can't tell this, because maybe they will think it's not allied with glass. Anything you say is good.
There's no wrong answers.
And this is where you have to get into like a flow, where you just go with the flow and don't
just be.
Yeah, just be in the situation. And this in combination with this say yes, which is in this TED session, there's actually a really easy thing. I'm going to tell you a story, and I want you to say yes.
Yes.
Okay. So are you going to tell a story with me?
Yes.
Is it about knights?
Yes.
And is there a lovely princess who's stuck in a tower?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and is she guarded by a dangerous fire-spitting dragon?
Yes.
Yeah, and will this knight go on his on his white steed? And when he go, and will he save the lady in the house?
Yes.
Yeah, will they live happily ever after?
Yes.
You see, so you just said yes, and we have quite like
we have an amazing story. Yeah.
Now I want you to do the same, but just say no. Are you gonna tell a story with me?
No.
And actually, it's already stopped.
It's done.
So you
it's
don't,
over.
Yeah. A series of yeses is getting you somewhere. A series of no doesn't even get started. And this is actually one of the most things I got out of this video from this guy on YouTube.
It's a good way to sum it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very nice.
It's a nice thing, and then together with all the other steps which lead you into a process of improvising. And once you have the skill, it helps you in everything, because you start seeing ideas. Now when I see things on internet, I think, maybe I can adapt it a little bit and put it on my program, or see if maybe people want to do it. And this is what I think is important in life, is see opportunities, take the opportunities, and don't be afraid to go.
Yeah, I think it gives you a lot more room in your head. Like, if you don't have this kind of restriction on what things are and what they are supposed to be, there's all of a sudden there's no ceiling anymore holding you. So you can really, as you say, take it to new levels. And even when you're applying for a new job and they ask you to do team management, you can apply these rules to for example, team management, or if you're responsible over organizing a warehouse or something like this, you can really take it very far.
It can be implemented everywhere. And I think these 7 steps in this video is so possible to implement in all sections in life, or personal life, or in your professional life, or even if we go back, because most of the people watching this are people in tourism or in entertainment. Even there, it happened so much that I was in brainstorm sessions or in workshops, and that we say, we have to think out of the box. But still, you feel about with so many people, they say, it's not going to be possible because you won't have the budget for that anyway, so let's throw it away. But you don't know.
You never know.
Maybe if I have an idea that I think is impossible because of budget, you maybe have another idea that can help in having budget for that, or in making it cheaper, so it's still possible to be delivered.
Or just inspire someone in order to give a different idea.
And if you start thinking with a roadblock or with a block in your head, the other person won't be able to open his mind as well and be able to support you. So this is the important. The next step in saying yes is saying yes and.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is.
I'm learning new things here.
Yeah. Just watch. I do like a really intelligent guy now. But it's just all from a video. But it's actually like this way of life that I try to implement myself with.
Which has helped you.
Yeah, it does. It does help. Yeah, it's like play, listen, enjoy life.